stop and wait protocol. What it do, whenever a network layer give the data to the data link layer, so it will take care of so many things in the stop and wait protocol. Here error control is also there, flow control is also there. So it will take the data from the network layer. It may use CRC, calculate the CRC bit, append the CRC bit to the frame, then give the data to the physical layer, give that frame to physical layer, and stop. Enter into a blocking state. Enter into a blocking state. Don't do anything till you receive that acknowledgement from the other side. That's why we call it as stop and wait protocol. Get the data from the network layer, do all the processing, convert it into frame, give that frame to physical layer. Now physical layer will forward it to receiver. Now data link layer will be in a state called as blocking state. It won't do any work till it receives the acknowledgement for the same frame. Till it receives the acknowledgement for the same frame. If till the receiver confirm that I have received this frame, you can send the next one. So till that time, the data link layer will be in a blocked state. Once it gets the acknowledgement from the receiver state, what it will do, again it will collect the data from the network layer, process and give it to the physical layer. So these things will continue. We call this protocol as stop and wait. Send the data, then stop. Wait for the acknowledgement. Once you get the acknowledgement, again you can send the data. This is stop and wait approach. Now let us try to understand this in detail. So here, whenever the network layer gives the data to data link layer, what it will do? It will convert the packet into frame. It split the packet into frame and then calculate the CRC, and the CRC will be appended to this frame and it will be transmitted to the receiver. Now receiver, after receiving this data, it will open the CRC. It will it will take the data on the CRC and find the reminder. If the reminder is 0, it indicates no error has occurred. What it will do? It will send the acknowledgement. See here, you may get one question. See, when the sender sends the data, it will enter into a blocking state. How long it will enter into a blocking state? See, if the receiver don't receive the data properly, it will not send the acknowledgement. Then whether the sender side data link layer will be blocked for for a longer time, whether it will be blocked for 1 day, 2 day, is there any fixed interval like that? So we need to have some fixed interval. So we can't block it for 1 day, 2 day like that. Not even 1 hour, not even 1 minute. Please understand. Not even 1 minute we can't block. So what we do is we add something called as timer. The sender will send the data, then it will wait for the acknowledgement. See, as soon as it sends the data, it will start the timer. It will start the timer. The timer will be in terms of millisecond or maximum seconds. So it depends on something called as in general case how much time is required for transmitting the data and getting the reply. In the normal cases, how much time is required for sending the data from sender to receiver and getting the acknowledgement. Based on that, the timer time will be decided. Sender start the timer and wait for the acknowledgement from the receiver. Within this timeout period, if it get the acknowledgement, fine, it will send the next data. If it don't get the acknowledgement, what it will do? It will retransmit the same data. It will retransmit the same data. Say if the data link layer needs to retransmit the same data, it will maintain this data in the memory called as buffer. The sender side data link layer will add the data into its buffer. So if it get the acknowledgement, it will discard the data from the buffer. If it don't get the acknowledgement, it will retransmit the data. So this is stop and wait. So now let us try to understand in detail. So through this diagram, so now sender is ready. So when a packet come from network layer, it will make a frame. What is the task? It will create a frame by adding CRC, everything. Then save a copy of the frame in its buffer. Then send the frame and immediately start the timer. Make a frame, save a copy, send the frame and start the timer. Enter into a blocking state. Enter into a blocking state. Now when receiver receives the data, if it is error free, without any problem, if the receiver receives the data, extract the data from the packet and send the acknowledgement to the sender. So extract the data and give it to network layer and then send the acknowledgement to the sender. Now, if the sender receives acknowledgement without any problem, see, observe this side. So if the sender receives the acknowledgement here, if the sender receives the acknowledgement without any problem, next sender will stop the timer, discard the already saved frame in the buffer, it will empty the buffer and again go back to ready state. Now it will wait for data from the network layer. Suppose if the receiver receives the data but it is corrupted, any error is there, or suppose if the receiver don't receive any data, what it will do? It will not send the acknowledgement. If corrupted frame is received, the receiver will discard the data and it will not send any acknowledgement. In this case, the sender will keep on waiting. So if it is keep on waiting, once the timeout occur, once the timer, the times what you have set at the sender side is elapsed, when the timeout occur, the sender will resend the saved frame and restart the timer again. It will wait for the acknowledgement. This is another case. Now the third case is sender has transmitted the data to the receiver. Receiver received it properly. Receiver has sent the acknowledgement, but due to some problem in the network, the acknowledgement has corrupted. Error has occurred in the acknowledgement. In this case also, the sender will discard the acknowledgement and wait for timeout period. Once timeout occur, it will retransmit the data and start the timer again. This is duplication.